To discuss it all, Washington Post political reporter Aaron Blake now joins us from Washington to break it all down. And Aaron, again, those historic unfavorables, they have sat there as really Bernie Sanders is the only candidate left with a standing that's net favorable. What does it then tell you as we still look at a likely Clinton v. Trump general election?
Well, it's been like that for a long time, even back in the Republican primary towards the end there. The candidates who are a little bit more popular with the general electorate, like John Kasich, didn't do as well in the primary. So we do have a very interesting campaign in front of us in that both of these candidates are viewed negatively by a pretty significant majority of Americans. And what that means is the race is going to be kind of about which one you like less, which one you want to vote against more than the other one. And so I imagine we're going to see one of the most negative campaigns that we've seen in a very, very long time, because it just doesn't seem like we have candidates who are capable of regaining that likability that's so hard to recover.
So then to synthesize these numbers, I suppose these next set of numbers don't surprise. Again, among Clinton voters, 48% say their vote is to oppose Trump. Among Trump voters, 53% say their motivation is to oppose Clinton. You know, Bernie Sanders himself actually said that he sees this as a lesser of two evils. Then what do you make, if nothing else, of Bernie Sanders putting it that way?
Well, he's trying to make an argument, again, that he is the more electable candidate, that he can kind of steer this general election in a more positive place. But you're right. The fact is that more people are voting against something, even at this early juncture, than are voting for something. Those numbers bear that out. People don't have a whole lot of affection for Hillary Clinton. They don't have a whole lot of affection for Donald Trump as a whole in this country. And nonetheless, these are the nominees that the two parties are producing at this point. And so I think those numbers are probably only going to get worse as this campaign goes forward, unless Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton can really wage some kind of a successful charm offensive that I'm not sure their campaigns to this point have indicated that they could.
That was certainly something to be seen. Might qualify for breaking news in certain places. Meanwhile, I want to play you something that Hillary Clinton said in an interview yesterday about her strategy between now and a general election she absolutely believes she will be a part of.
What's important is we're not going to let, at least my campaign, is not going to let Donald Trump try to normalize himself in this period between.
So you think a competitive
and
Democratic primary is doing nothing but helping Donald Trump right now?
No, I didn't say that. I said that if we don't respond to Donald Trump, which I am doing, as you have seen, I've said he was unqualified to be president. I believe that deeply. I am going to keep focused on Donald Trump because I will be the nominee. I will be running against Donald Trump in the fall. And I do not want Americans and, you know, good thinking Republicans as well as Democrats and independents to start to believe that this is a normal candidacy. It isn't.
Aaron, Hillary Clinton has made the pivot, at least to a large degree, in a lot of her stump speeches, as has her husband, Bill Clinton. We've also seen Donald Trump, meanwhile, on the other side, begin to perhaps walk back some of his initial stances. What do you think, though, and what do you make of this phrasing that Clinton will not allow Donald Trump to normalize himself?
Well, I thought it was really good that Chuck Todd kind of read between the lines there in that interview. The fact is that Hillary Clinton was reassuring her supporters, the Democratic Party, that she won't just kind of turn towards Sanders and forget about Trump and let him see his numbers continue to improve. That is certainly a risk here because Bernie Sanders is running a credible campaign that's still winning some states. Hillary Clinton can't just totally turn against him and go full general election right now. And we are seeing Donald Trump's numbers improve at this point. And so I think that there's certainly concern among the Democratic Party and among Clinton's campaign that this little honeymoon period is going to reverse some of the negative impacts of the primary season. And you know, the Washington Post ABC News poll certainly bears that out. 2 months ago, Trump was viewed negatively by 2/3 of Americans. That's dropped by about 10% now, and he's basically on par with Clinton at this point. So it's a fear that's very real, and I think it's one that she thought was worth addressing there for a very good reason.
And again, she will be running, it would appear, a two-front campaign for the foreseeable future. Aaron Blake in Washington, we appreciate the time today.
Thank you.